Welcome back, guys, to a new video. Today I'm going to make a beginner guide to help you guys grind either a brand new account or if you're new to the game. This is going to be very helpful. So the first thing we're going to look at is coins. As you can see in front of you, there's the currency coins, and you can get them in rating. So in rating, you can also get multiple other rewards such as vehicle. You can get a free tier 8 if you're depending on your rank. As you can see over there, if you pause, depending on the server you are, as you can see, you can get a different amount of splinters of a vehicle. And depending also on the month, for example, the ranked is 1 month duration, then you're going to get less splinter than if the ranked mode is 3 months. And you can see it over there, 40 ports for 3 months and only 5 ports for people that are on the 5,000 for 1 month. Now you can also get gold in rating and credit. So over here you can see you can get free XP, and on top we also saw credit. And you can also get gold if you play a lot of rating. Now this is probably for the people that have a lot of time, so new players don't really focus on this thing. It's better if you just grind the coins and try to win. If you win on the 3 month, only this thing, you can only get coins when the rating is in 3 month duration. As you can see there, you get a different amount of coins depending on your league. You can also get coins in tournament, as you can see over there. The quick tournament, here as we can see, it's tier 9 and tier 10 that can be played, but there's also one for tier 7 and 8. And with these coins, you can get this bundle, which provide you times 5, 10 times 5 XP, credit booster, which is pretty good, XP booster, free XP booster, and even gold booster. If you have enough gold booster, you can probably reach a good amount one day and buy a new tank that you want. Like for example, it's tier 10 that's sold for 15k gold. Now let's take a look at the crew skill in the game, which is neglected by a lot of people in this game. So the first one I'm going to look at is precision fire. I think it's very important for a brand new player to level up that skill at level 5 at the bare minimum. And the reason why I think this crew skill is very important, because every 3 shots that you pan, the 4th one, you have a small chance to max roll your shot, which can be huge if you're, example, trying to finish off a target, or you want to deal a lot of damage to a certain player that is really good and you want to deal with it. Now let's take a look at smooth turret traverse, which I think is one of the most that you should prioritize as well. For the medium tank crew skill, it decreases your gun dispersion by 14% during turret traverse, meaning you're more accurate when you're turning your turret to aim at another target. It can be very helpful if you're moving a lot, and if you're trying to snapshot your shot a lot, it can be really good. The second one I recommend, it's also a medium tank crew skill, is smooth ride. It doesn't decrease that much, but you decrease your gun dispersion by 7% when firing on the move. Meaning when you're moving your tank, combined with turning your turret, your gun is going to bloom less. It's going to be less big. The circle is going to be smaller than it usually is without the crew skill. Now the crew skill I recommend for heavy tank is repair, meaning you decrease the repair time for any broken module. It's very useful because in this game you get tracked a lot, and heavy tank, being tracked in a heavy tank in the open, or any tank in the open, is just not going to be good. You're going to be bleeding your health and you're going to be dying quicker. So getting that crew skill up and max out is probably one of the most useful one, and you're going to see it very quickly in game. You're going to feel it. And now let's look at the other one. There's fire extinguisher, which also one of the best crew skill you can have for a beginner, especially for if you're playing a tank that gets easily light on fire, such as Tune 5B, VZ55, or even E100 line. Some of them are very easy to get on fire if the people know what they're doing and where to shoot at. Now for tank destroyer, there's camouflage crew skill, which increase tank concealment, meaning that your tank's gonna have better camo. For example, you're not gonna be spotted. Like for example, you're at 200 meter. You're not gonna be spotted at 200 meter. Instead of that, you'll be spotted, I don't know, at 180 meter, which is a huge difference when you think about it. And now there's other crew skill you can get, such as a soft recoil, which will decrease your dispersion after firing, which is very good for autoloaders. If you're playing a clipper like a Krenwagen, Batchat, any tank that shoot like as a clipper gun or shoot very fast, it's really good to have this thing. After this, we have penetration boost, which is a crew skill that would provide you 7% chance of scoring a hit with increased amount of penetration. This penetration, you're not really gonna feel it. I don't think is that much of a crew skill. As long as you aim your shot, you should be able to pen those shots. This crew skill, I don't think you're gonna feel it too much in the battlefield, so you can leave it for last for the medium tank crew skill. Now we go for rage, which accelerate your gun reload time by 7% after destroying an enemy tank. This is pretty good, especially in a close situation. Like for example, you're killing a guy and there's another one shot, you're gonna reload faster because you killed another guy before, which can out-reload the other guy on your side that you're also trying to kill. It can give you a small advantage, but overall I'm not gonna feel that one. Then we got Close Combat Master, which increase your turret turn by 7% if there's an enemy tank 30 meters of your tank. Meaning if there's a tank at 30 meters of you, your tank is going to turn faster on the turret. It's useful mostly for heavy tank because you're going to be the one getting circled by light tank or medium tank. Otherwise, it's not the most useful one because as long as you're not putting yourself in a bad spot or situation in your heavy tank, this shouldn't happen too often. Then we have Adrenaline Rush, which accelerates your gun reloading by 7% once you have under 50% or 50% of your HP of your vehicle. It's not useful for a brand new player in this game because most of the time when you're one shot, you're usually not going to stay alive too long enough to utilize this. But for a very high skill player, this is a very good crew skill to look at. Then we have Hasty Shot. Give you 5% chance of making an accurate shot when dispersion is more than 100% higher than the minimum value. This, honestly, I don't think you're going to feel that. I never really noticed this crew skill in battle, so you could grind it last. We have a Breakthrough, which increase tank acceleration by 7% if there's at least 2 enemy tank at 50 meters of you. I don't think this is also the most useful one for a brand new account when you're starting the game, because you're not going to YOLO in the enemy team. You're usually not playing a fast tank, so you're really not going to notice a 7% boost on your engine, and you don't want to die quickly, so it's not really a thing you'll use a lot. Then we have Fast Capture, which increase the base capture speed. This is not the most important crew skill you could go for. You could go for a bunch of other crew skill, I think, which will be more interesting for your combat capabilities. But I think it's more useful than the 50 meters sometime. It just depends on your playstyle. And then we have Sniper, which give you 5% chance of making a shot that is guaranteed to deal damage to an enemy tank, module if you hit. This can be very interesting. You don't really see it often, but this thing can mean you can fully ammo rack a vehicle, or just destroy a complete module of a vehicle. It can be useful. You don't notice too much because that's a 5% drop chance to pretty much have it. It's too small to really notice. Then we have Deadly Accuracy. This one pretty good if you're a highly skilled player, because it increases your view range by 7% when it's maxed out. Here it's only level 6, so it's 6%. But when you're in a 1v3 situation, and you're the last one standing in your team, this can be a huge difference if you're the medium tank or light tank. Then we have clutch braking, which increase your tank turn rate by 5%. That's only when level 5, as you can see, but max out at 7%. It's pretty good if you're playing a lot of tank destroyer because you're gonna get circle, and this is the only crew skill for a turretless tank that will help you not get circle on your tank destroyer. So I think it's if you're playing a lot of tank destroyer, a lot of campy tank or heavy tank, this crew skill can be prioritized and be very helpful for you. There's also, for last, smooth turn, which decrease gun dispersion of a turning tank by 6%. This is because it's level 6, but when max out it's 7%. So it can be pretty good also for slow tank, inaccurate tank, just any tank technically, because you're turning. So in a lot of tank you're going to be turning. So if you're an aggressive player, this can be a very useful one. Now let's take a look at the equipment in this game. So for the first one, it's calibrated shell. So this one does increase your pen. For example, there it says 8% for AP round, which is the basic round, 5% for AP0 round, which is the blue round, and then 30% for high explosive round, which is the gold round, which is the orange thing in the middle, which costs credit. And then there's an 8% increase pen for high explosive, which is HE or hash. For next, we have improved vertical stabilizer, which increase your gun depression and gun elevation, making your tank more flexible. Only some tank have this in the game, not every single tank. Some tank that has special equipment. Then we have improved suspension, which increase your tank mobility over there for the hold turn rate and turning capacity crossing. Can be pretty useful for a slow tank or if you want to be just faster. Now going back to the basic equipment, we have enhanced gun lane drive, which give you better aim time, meaning you're gonna wait for your full circle to be less bloom, less longer. Then we have supercharge, which increase your shell velocity, meaning your shell is going to be traveling faster, and it's going to decrease your penetration with distance, meaning if you're shooting a target at 500 meter, it's going to be, your shell is going to have less pen. Then we have vertical stabilizer, which decrease your aim time. It can be useful in a tank that take a lot of time to aim, but the current meta is not really used. Then we have refined gun, which is currently very used in the meta. It decreases your gun dispersion, meaning your circles can be smaller. Then we have improved module, which increase your track health by 20%, and you also take 40% less damage when ramming a tank or when you're getting rammed by somebody else. Then we have defense system, which decrease the chance of getting your engine damaged by 10%, the decrease the chance of getting your crew injured by 15%, and also decrease the chance of getting your armor rack blow up or damaged by 25%, which can be very helpful for a tank that will have solid module. Then we have enhanced armor, which will increase your armor by 3%, like it says, on the hull and the turret, which can be helpful, but it's not really the most noticeable thing on most tank. Then we have improved assembly, which will increase your tank health by 4%. Can be pretty nice, but it's really up to you and what vehicle you're using for this one, and whatever one you feel like. And then we have enhanced track, which means that if you get track and then your tank repair the track, it will recover the track fully. It won't be still damaged, it will just be like recovered fully. Then we have toolbox, which will give you 20% repair speed on any module. Can be very useful if you get track a lot. Unlike the other one, which you have to wait till your track gets back on and then repair it completely. And then we have improved optics, which give you better view range depending on the tank class. For example, here it's Kranwagen, it's a heavy tank, so it's getting plus 6% re-range. But for medium tank, I think it's 7%. And then we have camouflage net, which gives you better camo rating. It's mostly used on tank destroyer. Do not use it on anything else. Tank destroyer get an 11% camo net increase, meaning they're less meant to be spotted. Then we have improved control, which increase your whole turn rate, can be very useful for turret-less tank destroyer or very slow turning heavy. We also have engine accelerator, which increase your power rate ratio, meaning you're gonna go faster forward, and also you're gonna accelerate faster, meaning you're gonna get faster to your top speed. We also have consumable delivery, which will give you 12% countdown on any consumable. For example, instead of like 80 seconds for your repair kit to be back, you're gonna wait, 60 seconds to have your repair kit back. Then we have high-end consumable, meaning, for example, you're using your adrenaline, super speed boost, or rectical Cali, is gonna be durable much longer than without the ability. You can also get a premium tank if your clan is personal access on level 10. So if you join any clan with personal access with level 10, you can get the Ice Fire for 1.5k gold, which is a very good deal considering the average tier 8 costs 7.5k gold. And you can use that tank to grind credit in the game. And you can also play tournament to grind credit. As you can see over there in the 1v1 tournament, you can get X amount of credit if you finish the tournament and you win every single round. There's also other type of tournaments so you can look at, and you can also find friend or a group of people to play with. Now, thank you for watching my beginner guide for a new player. I hope you learned a lot of new stuff, and thank you for watching.